What's going on, everyone? Lendy here, and I have compiled a list of all the things, or not all the things, but just some suggestions, for some changes to this game. So I've been playing this game since it came out. I was in the beta, and I haven't put it down since. Why? Because it's an amazing game. It's got a lot of problems, needs a lot of updates, needs a lot of fixes. There's a lot of bugs, but the game's amazing. I'm not gonna say it isn't when I think it is. But like I said, there needs to be some changes, and I've come up with a list of some great changes that I would love to, eventually see implemented in the game. Now I know some of these changes either A, can't happen, or maybe it would be too difficult to change it, or some of these changes that I suggest may be, copying other games too. But New World was, from the beginning, kind of a combination of a few different games that I like, and that's why I love it so much, because it's got lots of different things. Like the crafting's amazing, but can use some changes. Just things like that. So here's a list of things that I would love to see in this game, and I'm sure some of you out there might also agree and would like to see some of these things too. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, before anybody says, Slendy, these changes are great, but they got to fix other things. There's bigger fish to fry right now, and big fundamental changes that need to be made first before they can start adding all this new stuff. And I agree. I'm just throwing this out there because I think it would be great eventually in the future, or even now if they could. So don't get me wrong, I totally understand. So I'm going to start with number one on my list. So they did have the Turkulon giant turkey, which was actually really, really fun and a great idea, but I haven't seen anything since. Yes, they've added raffle bones, and raffle bones is amazing. And this is one of the things that I was trying to convey, and I've been trying to convey to other people and AGS too. When I don't care if raffle bones is level 10, level 20, level 66, it doesn't matter. When you see raffle bones and you see him, he's all sparkly and he's just sitting there, you get so excited. My heart starts beating. I start looking around to make sure nobody else is in the area because I want them all to myself. And I just kind of freak out. And, since I've moved to Scylla and we've started hunting raffle bones in our company, the guys that are with me when we're doing this, they get excited too. Everybody that I've been with gets super excited. They're like, oh my God, it's raffle. What do I do? What do I do? And they start freaking out. That's because it's exciting and he's rare. So I would love to see some world bosses. And one more thing before I go to the next one. I used to play Blessed Unleashed, and Blessed Unleashed was a terrible game. Not terrible. It was fun, but it fizzled out pretty quickly. But one thing that they did right, and they did a great job, was the giant world bosses. Anytime there was a world boss up, there were literally like 40 or 50 players gathered around. Nobody cared who was who. They just all had to and wanted to band together to down this big boss. And it was so much fun. People were dying, people were rezzing, everybody was cooperating with each other. Everybody was trying to learn these new mechanics on the fly, and it was just so exciting. And there were tons of them. Please, guys, please add something. This would be so cool. And I'm sure everybody would just love this idea, and it would bring a lot of people to the game, I think, and it would just be great. So let's go, guys, get this added. We want to see some big monsters. Now, number two. Now, some of you might disagree with me on this one. I know a couple people I talked to did, and they defended it, but the fishing in this game it's okay. I just don't get it. There's no great rewards. It's not very engaging. You literally just use one button and that's it. You don't have to really aim anything. You can't see the fish in the water. There's no journal entries of all the past fish you've caught. There's no way to even keep track of how many fish you've caught or the largest. There's no way to compare your fish to other players' fish. And it's just, I don't know, it's kind of boring for me. Now, some people like it, some people defended it, and I know I've talked about this game a bunch, but Red Dead Redemption 2, take some notes. I think our fishing needs an overhaul. I'm not saying, copy it, exactly the way it is on Red Dead Redemption, but you have to aim. You actually have to fight the fish and pull back on your mouse to yank your fishing pole up and hook it, and change the direction. If the fish is fighting and trying to swim away, don't go in the opposite direction, go the same direction so it doesn't break the line. Like, all kinds of stuff can be improved. So I just think the fishing just needs a general overhaul. If nothing else, give us some better rewards and a reason to go fishing. Number 3, give us some armor stands. Armor stands would be so cool. Not only does it give the crafter something to make for furnishing that's new, you can sell them, you can display really cool, gear sets that you have. And, like the bigger the house you have, the more armor stands you can have, just like the storage chest. Imagine putting your harvesting set or your mining set on an armor stand, and then when you go out in the real world, you can hot swap to whatever armor sets you have in your on your armor stands in your houses. So if you want to put your PvP set on one of your armor stands, you go out in the world, you're crafting, you see somebody that you want to kill, bam, instant armor preset, switch right to your PvP set on the move, because you have your whole PvP set on one of these armor stands. I think this would be a great addition to the game. It would give us something new to craft, something new to sell, and trust me, people have been asking for armor presets, and this would be such an amazing, cool way to do it. And another cool thing that we can introduce, or that you guys can do, is give us presets for the trophies too. I mean, it is cool that we can decorate the house and put the trophies where we want them and display them where we want. But it would also be cool if we can just have like a little menu right here where you can swap in and out, different trophies, so you don't have to go to every single house every time you want to go do something. It's not as bad anymore because we have unlimited Azoth, but it would still be nice to just have like a little drop down here, or a list of all the available trophies we have in that storage, and be able to just move them around on the go without having to go to your house. Now this one's a pretty big one, and I'm really hoping you guys do it because it would be amazing. It really would. And that is Transmog, some sort of Transmog system. So I'm going to show you right now why I want the Transmog so bad. It is literally just down to this one item. So I have got, where is it? My favorite helmet in the world, Thorpe's helmet. So this thing is so cool. I went back, I did depths with full luck on, and I got this. I would wear this thing everywhere if I could use it, but it's only $465. I know depths got unlocked and we can get it now, but seriously, there's such cool looking gear in this game. We could do fashion shows, contests, who has the coolest, setup, the possibilities are endless. Please give us Transmog, and don't you worry, Amazon. We would still buy up all those skins. We would still buy all the skins. We would use them in conjunction with the really cool armor sets that we loot from the world. Now, another thing I want to talk about is salvaging. Salvaging in this game it's got to be the worst salvaging I've ever seen in my life. Again, I'm not knocking on the game. I absolutely love this game. You know that. Everybody knows it. I love this game. I do. I'm just trying to help you guys make it better, because it can be even better than it is now. And one thing that would help is giving us something worthwhile when we salvage. Not just repair parts, not just a little tiny bit of gold. Give us some materials. Or maybe, if we have like 3 legendaries with just crappy perks, stupid stats, nothing makes sense, maybe give us an option to like combine 3 legendaries to make a random legendary, or something like that. Give us some kind of system other than just some repair parts that we're always capped on and a tiny insignificant amount of gold. This would be amazing. Now, this next idea is not very popular among, I'd say about 60% of the community, but I think this would be really, really fun. Now, this is not necessary by any means. This game does not need mounts. I get it. I don't think mounts would ruin PvP or the game by any means. I mean, every game has mounts. Everybody loves mounts. You can get a collection. But listen to this. give us a way to like capture maybe a little baby bunny or a little baby puppy, or I mean anything, and raise it. I mean, this would be a huge change. Don't get me wrong. This would be like way off in the future. But just imagine having like in-game like Tamagotchis where, you have to take care of it. You got to make sure it's fed. You've got to make sure it has water. You have to take it out for walks. And you would see all these people with their little animals, that they're taking care of and feeding and going with them on adventures until eventually it grows up and you could ride it, or you can use it as a companion and have it attack stuff. Maybe pick up, loot on the ground so you don't have to get it. Like a little penguin with a backpack. Wouldn't that be awesome? Oh, and one more thing. My man on the forums, he wants hippos. So let's add some hippos in the game. Now this one's got to be easy. Why this hasn't been added yet, I have no idea. But at the moment, we can only have 5 people in a party. Can we please, for the love of God, get like a 10 or 15 man group so that we can do chest runs? I mean, PvP runs, taking over a fort. We really need more than 2 people, or 5 people rather, in a group. That would help so much. And to add to that, I know this is another big change. I know this would take a long time to implement, but we need a 10-man raid. You guys have proven as a developer that you have the competency, more than enough competency, to make amazing dungeons and amazing expeditions. They're engaging, they look amazing, they're fun, they can be difficult. There's different difficulty levels, the mechanics are great. You guys can do it. Give us a 10-man raid, people would lose their shit. Excuse the language. So you'll notice that I love dies. I've got like a RP side of me that I've never told anybody. I kind of like RP stuff. And with that being said, I love dyeing my armor. I love dyeing my stuff and making it match. Obviously not the Thor helmet. Actually, let me go ahead and fix this really quick because that does look terrible. There we go. So I love dyeing. I've got so many dyes. These dyes right here that I have are the ones that I bought, on the store. And I've got a bunch of them. Look at all those. You know what that says? That says people love to buy dyes. And you know what color we don't have? Solid jet black. If I had that color, I would probably stock up and spend $50 and just get like 50 of them. I'm not kidding. You think I'm joking? I would dye this whole thing pure black and it would look so sick. Oh my God. Why don't you guys have black dye? What the hell is going on? You know how many people would buy that dye immediately? I mean, it would be sold out if there even was a limit. So give us some black dye and put bright white back on the store, please, because I want to buy some and I want to give you guys money. Everybody needs money. You guys can make some huge money here. Give us black dyes, give us white. And when I say black, I'm not talking about like a dark brown or dark blue. I'm talking jet black. Now, this next one has caused an uproar, and I get it. So I want to talk about crafting. Now, first of all, this game has some of the best crafting I've seen. The fact that you need different sets of gear, trophies get involved, food gets involved, town buffs get involved, having to, go through that progression and get to a point where you can finally make legendaries, and also making it so that legendaries are not 100% guaranteed. All that, in a nutshell, is a great crafting system. However, best in slot is unobtainable. To get a best in slot item, let's say you want one ring that's going to have equivalent to best in slot stats, you're going to have to spend hundreds and thousands of gold to get there, and not everybody has that money. And if you do have that money, it's gone with one item. If you want to buy a best in slot item on this game, you have to have over the gold cap. People are selling best in slot items for 700 or 800K. This is ridiculous. And you want to know why they're doing this? Because they are so damn unobtainable. You can't do it because the perks, even though you added the timeless shards, that's amazing. That helps a ton. I'm not saying give us 2 slots so that we can change stuff. I mean, that would be cool, but something needs to change. The crafting system does not need an overhaul at all. It is a great crafting system. It is amazing, but that one part of it has to change. Make a change to the crafting system. One idea that was given to me by my man Adam, he said, you know, maybe make like 3 separate pools, 2 or 3 separate pools. Like get the harvesting and luck and gathering stuff, put that in an own separate pool. So if you want to create like a gathering set, or you want to get one of those perks, then you can like choose from a pool of perks what you want to go for and randomly roll. But that's going to give us like so much better chances to get at least 2 good perks. You know what I mean? So maybe like a pool for dungeon specific perks, like with all the wards and all the banes and stuff like that. And then give us a pool maybe for like PvP and I don't know. But this would be a great idea. It wouldn't make it so that everybody can have best in slot, but it would at least give us a chance, you know, having maybe different pools like that you can pull from. So instead of like picking a specific perk, maybe we can pick one, but down here you have like a random perk that you can select 3 different pools. Do you want crafting and gathering? Do you want dungeon specific perks to roll? Or do you want, you know, like PvP specific perks, maybe like crit, keen, resilient, freedom, you know, stuff like that, or maybe an offensive versus defensive, something's got to change. I think that right there would be a great idea, but I'll let you guys stew on that and come up with an amazing idea. I know you guys can do it. Let's go. All right, so the last 2 bonus items I want to go over is something that my friends told me that I should throw in the video. So 2 things. Invasion variety. We're gonna need some different types of invasions. Not like, you know, different setting altogether, which would be kind of cool, but different mob variety. Give us a reason to use our Beastbane, you know. Throw some ancients in there, not just nothing but corruption, you know. Give us a variety, give us some more stuff. And that's all in the invasions. And the other thing is the Gleamite shower. The Gleamite shower, and I know I've said this before, but I'll say it again. That was the absolute coolest thing I've ever seen in a game. The sound, the feel, the impact when the meteors hit, that was amazing. So I guess in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is give us some more dynamic events, because the reason I want this so bad is because I seen, you know, firsthand the quality of game you guys can produce. And that event, don't make us wait till Christmas or, you know, Halloween. Give us some dynamic events all the time, you know? It would be absolutely cool. Maybe like a volcano erupting, something. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen in a game. All right, so hey, that's going to be the end of the video. If any of you guys out there watching have any great ideas, let me know in the comments. Have a great day, everybody. Bye, guys.